United Touring Championship, the series dedicated to providing powerful touring car racing. Touring is a high-contact sport where the emphasis is on the ability to overtake with confidence. 30 drivers will compete in 12 races over 6 meetings to decide who will be crowned the UTC champion.
Good evening and welcome to the United Touring Car Championship, rounds 7 and 8 from Sonoma Raceway in California in the US of A. I am James Parfitt and I'll be joined in the booth from the one, the only, the man who barbecues kangaroos at Christmas. It will be Dean Biggles will be joining me, and the current track length 3.16 kilometers. And current temperature is 24 degrees. Now, last week, we were in Knock Hill, up in the sunny hills of Scotland. And, well, let's just say it was a rather interesting race one in the sprint race. Lewis Archer took the victory. Ballas Tarowski was in second, and Scott McFall was in third place. Now, I'm going to say remember them names, guys, because in the feature race, Ballas Tarowski started in 60th place. And he took the victory. Lewis Archer started in 17th place and finished second. And Scott McFall started in 15th place and he finished in third. So the winners, basically the podiums from the first race was the same podium in the second race. We almost had a second, person to come through and take the victory in Lewis Archer. He finished not very far behind Ballas Tarowski, but unfortunately, we didn't quite get it this time around. So Olivier Boltonek is still the only man to come from last to first, or from on the reverse into first place. So, the schedule, what have we got coming up for you guys as well? We are currently at Sonoma. This is round 7 and 8 today. And then in round 9 and 10 on the 20th of August, we go to Donington Park. On the 27th of August, we go to Silverstone International. And that will round us out. The final race, that will be the final 11 and 12 this evening. So I'm going to bring my man, as I say, the one who barbecues kangaroo at Christmas time. It is the one, the only, Mr. Dean Biggles. Biggles, young sir, how are you?
Thank you, James. I barbecue kangaroo all year round, actually. Yeah, maybe a little bit more at Christmas time, but yeah. And if you want some barbecued kangaroo at the moment, I'll have to try to smuggle some in through customs there. In here in California, because it's looking like it's a very hot Californian desert day per se.
Yeah, it is
on this track
today, and I think it's going to be an exciting one, this one. I've got to be honest, because currently we are looking at a track temperature of 27 degrees, and we're on July 9th, 2022 at 8:54 in the morning. Wind speed of about 9 miles an hour. So the guys are going to have a 27-degree track temperature to deal with.
It's not too bad. I would have thought it might have been. It looks a bit hotter than that, but at this point, Barney the flagman's looking all ready to go. He has the green flag in his hands, but he won't be sending that just yet because we've got to get some qualifying there, Barney.
Yeah, we will have the
drag strip as well, all the way down the middle. So maybe we can head out to grab a couple of our cars there, maybe and get some rental cars there and have a bit of a drag down the middle while they're racing around the outside.
Well, I'm not going to be dragging, but yeah, I'm sure other people may, and I don't know if they'll get very far in the touring cars. But we've got 2 races today. We've got a sprint race, which is going to be 14 laps, and the feature race, which is going to be 19 laps. Now, in the current championship standards, this is the current positions at this moment in time. So Balastoroski is your leader on 102. Lewis Archer in second on 87. Then we've got Olivier Botanek in third. He is on 80. Lee Southall on 65. Chris Byram on 56. Shane Dunn behind him for Spud Motorsport on 52. With Scott McFall, after his double podium last week, is on 50. Dominic Herbert is in 8th on 44. Nilton Carvalho is in 9th on 43. Now, Nilton said last week that he's not going to be here this week, but he's in YouTube chat. He was away in Portugal, didn't he? Oh,
yeah, I just remembered that when I was just looking at that going exactly, because I was looking for Nilton on here, and then I was right. That's right. He's 9th in the championship.
Yeah, and he's away on holiday. Ivan Balkamp in 10th. Luke Mitchell in 11th. Stathis Kokianis is in 12th. Stuart Gibbons in 13th. Ryan Empringham 14th. Jens Goosens 15th. Danny Bleak 16th. Nicholas Marshall in 17th, Rob Sluter in 18th place. Now below them, Alfie McGarry is in 19th, and Sean Roberts rounds out our top 20. Daniel Thomas is in 21st place. Michael Lees in 22nd. Elliot Hankin 23rd. Clayton Hinshaw 24th. Laura Ubersex in 25th. Eli Cannon 26th. Devon Laporte is down in 27th. Julia Redman is in 28th. Dudes Castro Nevis is in 29th. Jamie Scrafton is in 30th. And then Ryan Callan in 31st and Matt Turner. Now in the overall Constructors' Championship, currently what is happening? Nero Virtual Racing leads us off on 167. GTR Evolution in second on 106. Sim District by Vibe on 100. Cuda Works is in 4th on 97. Sim District Vibe eSport is in 5th on 93. Spud Motorsport is in 6th on 72. And Utopia Racing Am in there as well. So behind that as well, you got RD Motorsport in 8th, Pro TC Motorsport in 9th, HPD Racing Team Dacia in 10th, Demon Tweaks GTR TC in 11th, Scudiera Corsa in 12th, Sons of Storm in 13th, Kingfish Motorsport in 14th, Spud Motorsport Green in 15th, Castro Nevis Motorsport in 16th, and Zack Speed Pro Racing in the bottom there this evening. So
Barney's up, sorry, get you off there. Barney's up, flagged, waved that green flag. We're underway for our qualifying session, open qualifying as well. So they have to deal with all the traffic on this relatively short track. You can see on the track map where all the dots are. A lot of these gladiators have gone out on track at the moment. Did see during the practice session that Oliver was topping the timesheets on that. And Oliver, as you'd mentioned, is the only driver that has done a last to first challenge. Could he be doing that potentially again today? Nilton, give us a pick out there, and happy birthday for your daughter, 18th birthday. So that's something that, James has got to wait. I think he's got a few more years for his daughter to be turning 18.
Mate, I've got a long way from her. I've got my eldest daughter who's actually 21, so she's already gone past that stage, bless her. So, she's currently 21. But, I think that it's going to be a tough race today. Sonoma is somewhat of a different track. You've only got 12 corners. It's quite fast flowing. Could lead into, well, some Evo. I think the terminology is we're going to have some great racing, or there's going to be a lot of cars that are going to need new paint jobs.
And judging by some of the people that I've seen pushing the cars during the practice session earlier, definitely that would be the case.
Yeah.
So also, but hey, all season long, when has there not been great racing here at the United Touring Car Championship?
Well, there hasn't really. There's been great racing all the way through, and I think that's going to be the interesting thing there. As you can see, Olivier Botanek is currently on a green and purple. Not sure why his car all of a sudden has gone white. Wonderful reef. Oh, there he is. So Olivier Botanek in the Audi, no slouch in the touring car. He's the only man that's gone from 18th to first after the reverse. Currently sitting at about 4.2k I rating, so the guy knows what he's doing. Do you think it's possible that we may see this again, because he's quick, isn't he?
He's got Nilton out there in the fan club pushing for him, Oliver. And sorry, not Oliver. How do I pronounce these? I keep forgetting
Olivier.
His name. Olivier and Scotty. So I presume they have not mentioned. Are they teammates?
Yeah, Sim District by Vibe and Sim District Vibe eSports. Currently,
one teammate down, and so they'll have to make up a few extra points. But they have a little bit of a gap in that championship standings.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one this season, because the Drivers' Championship is still really
I know, that's a great camera angle there. I guarantee you want to be sitting right behind that fence there with get your camera out. I guarantee you're going to see some action there tonight.
Exactly, and Olivier is off into current purple sections around sector 1 and 2, and don't forget we've got 3 and 4, so he's got 2 sectors here. If he's purple in this one, which he has done, he's only got purple in the last sector, and he definitely is going to secure that pole position, because currently he is absolutely flying.
So one.
What do we reckon?
Yeah, final corner, I believe, coming up in the final sector here.
I reckon this could be the first 117.2.
Yep, you run that one.
Oh, no.
Oh, 17.6.
Yeah, Scott's gone faster on a 17.6. Olivier didn't improve. He's still on a 117.8.
When did he make a mistake? All 3 purple sectors except the last one.
Yeah, he must have lost an absolute chunk of time through that last sector, because he's 2 temps back. So, yeah.
So all again, I'm just excited to see a couple of those cars coming there.
I know, mate. Do you know the worrying thing is if these guys are picking up that's Dominic Herbert. He's picking up a definite off track there. But I'm wondering if they're picking up off tracks where they are now, because they're coming up. So if we jump on board here with Alfie McGarrity, this is the wall we're talking about. As they go down towards this turn, they're running in so wide. All 4 wheels are over the yellow line, and I'm wondering if that's picking up an off track for them.
I'm seeing a couple of OTs for some of the drivers, for sure.
And
so I have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
And Oliver, is backed off on that.
And that's what I'm wondering.
Ooh. Yeah. Just completely jumps the chicane on that one. We're just going to get it out of the way. Maybe he's got a flying car behind him.
Yeah, Olivier has gone into pole, mate. 117.1. Told you, the first man under the 117.2s is Olivier Boltinick here on a 117.184. So Scott McFall has still got it all to do. They can't be then. That's really freaking me out, because that can't actually count as an off track.
Only Scott's had an off track. No off tracks at all.
Yeah, I'm looking at Luke Mitchell now, just seeing if it changes, and it doesn't. It still only says 1 off track, so maybe that isn't an off track after all. But they do run wide, and 2 cars over the yellow line, so you know what I mean. Let's pick up on Jens Goosen from Sim District by Vibe. Currently in the orange variant of their livery. We've got the red in Scott McFall. We've got the green in Olivier Boltinick. And he is currently going into 7th position on a 119.15. So a second gap almost between, 2 seconds between Olivier in 1st and Jens in 7th. Ooh.
Wonder if we're going to be parking the bus and building the wall.
Hey.
I can't wait for some of those puns coming here this evening. If anyone had heard this one, here we go. You're gonna have to say this one. What was the one that I was very impressed with? Maybe you're going to hear that tonight.
It was. You
remember that?
Yeah, it was chopping his nose off faster than a plastic surgeon.
Yep, that's it.
I think the actual variant of that, the way that actually started, was I was watching, I was commentating on something. I think it was an MX-5, and I turned around and said he chopped his nose off faster than a plastic surgeon doing a nose job on Kim Kardashian.
Exactly. That's amazing, that one. Oh, Michael Jackson, either way.
Either way. Anybody, you know, Joan Collins, anyone that's had a nose job, you can basically use it. But you know, when James gets hungry, because the food puns start coming out later, and if you start hearing me talk about McDonald's or KFC, mate, you know I'm starving.
Have you eaten today?
I have eaten,
Okay.
but it doesn't mean I'm not going to get hungry. I think the problem is here, is I get too excited for my own good, and I burn a lot of calories, and then I end up basically just flat out starving. By the time I finish
And
the
you love
broadcast.
teasing me because I'm in a small town where there's no fast food like that. Pizza's about the best fast food I'm going to get. There's not even a major pizza chain. There is no major chains where I am, so... No KFC, no McDonald's, no nothing. No sausage rolls, no meat pies. God, I miss those.
Oh,
6 minutes left in qualifying.
You haven't got Greg's or anything like
minutes.
that?
What, sorry?
6.5 minutes. You haven't got like a Greg's sandwich shop or, you know, a sausage roll or anything? Oh.
No, mate. Not here in Panama.
Mate,
and the Americans as well.
I'll send a sausage roll over to you. Not quite sure of the condition.
Please. Oh! Out of the pit lane entrance.
That was Daniel Thomas, and I believe Nicholas Marshall have just absolutely caused themselves.
Replay. Honestly, this...
He's just sat here in a
so
car.
he's parked.
Yeah, he's parked.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's parking the bus and building a brick wall right there, isn't it, mate?
Oh,
wow.
mate, he literally, if we have another look again, here he is just sat there.
Disconnection or something for sure, right?
Oh, I don't know, but whatever it is, Nicholas Marshall did not expect that. And if that had, if that had actually happened, that would have been like a proper break in your wrist if that steering wheel had gone the other way, I tell you. But there we go.
You're flying over a blind corner because it's the elevation changes here as well. And if you go on board with that replay again and actually have a look at it from the other driver's perspective, but I think because we were on board, I remember that.
Yeah, we were on
Watching
board with, I think it was Nicholas Marshall. So, no, need to catch up beforehand. So, no, wrong person. Give me 2 seconds. Isn't the one I want?
We still got a bit of qualifying to go,
Here
so
he is,
it's
look.
all right. Like here, yeah. It kind of looked like he didn't even get a tap on there, but the overcorrection. But that was that definitely would have knocked that front left mirror off.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have had a lot left on that car, to be fair. So Scott McFall is still on a 117.6. Olivier Boulton on a 117.1. Lewis Archer on a 117.75. And then we got Daniel Thomas from the other GTR Evolution is on a 118. Current standings in team name Sim District lead the way with Sim District Vibe Esports in second. 2 GTRs, Evolutions in third and fourth. Kuda Works in fifth. RD Motorsports sixth. Utopia Racing Am seventh. HBD eighth. Scudiera Corsa in ninth. And Nero Virtual Racing, who are top in the constructors currently, are down in 10th place at the hands of Lee Southall. So, we'll have to keep an eye out for that one and see how they get on. Currently, Lee's not having a good one. He's down all the way down in 10th place. So, yeah, I think the guys from Nero, well, he's the only representative from Nero. So it's all on Lee.
I wonder if Nero need to pick up their game because we are in August, and Augustus Caesar, of course, was one of the Roman emperors, and Nero, of course, was another Roman emperor, but not a very popular one like Augustus Caesar is. They're heading to the pit lane. 3 minutes, just all the threes on the clock almost now to try to get a couple of laps in. You know, if he can put a lap in at about a 17.1, that'll be your benchmark.
Yeah, I'd probably look just to get it into a 17 if I can, to get in the top 5. I think it's going to be tough this late on in the session. I don't think Lee Southall has really picked a place where would be good to get out, because he's kind of sitting in 10th, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. So he either backs off and gives them room, or he's going to run with them and see if they can tow him along. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
The boss man came in P3 currently at the moment. Let's not forget Mr. Lewis Archer. That's been right up there in the championship as well. So he needs another good couple of races.
Yeah, I think if they can pull out tonight what they pulled out last week with the top 3 from the sprint being in the top 3 from the feature, I think they're going to be doing an absolute stellar job. So yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting one because this track is quite fast flowing, but at the same time, as we've seen, it can cause problems. I think Lee has just pulled off on that one. And said, enough is enough.
Well, Barney, the flagman's going to be soon waving that checkered flag for the qualifying to be completed, so we can get ready to strap yourselves in. And tray tables upright. No meal services until further deeper into the race. Pit stops, maybe, maybe not. Fast repairs.
Yeah, we've got the one compulsory in the feature, haven't we, when they got to drive through?
Yes.
So
that's it. No other. In general, you wouldn't be taking a pit stop in the first.
No, and they haven't got fast repairs, so they can't deal with that.
No.
Nothing to put the car back together. So
look at the brakes. Just absolutely cooking on the 69 car that we can see right there.
That is Alfie McGarity from Spud Motorsport, being chased down by one of the Cooters.
Holding, I
believe.
But they are racing and they're contact as well.
I think that is our man, Ivan Balkamp. It is. Balkamp's behind him. Oh, no.
Yeah, because he got contact on that one. He's had to abandon that lap, and he should have enough. No, he won't have enough time to get back out now.
Learn if he goes in, he won't. So there we go. As we're coming to the last 45 seconds, the only real man that can make a kind of a difference is Daniel Thomas. If he can bounce into the 117s, he's currently on a 118.066. Yeah. Look at the thing is, look at the purples sectors of Olivier and Scott, but the purples are almost sandwiched between yellows, and it's just not going to do them any good.
No, it won't. I presume this man's Canadian because he got that maple leaf splashed all over the top of the hood. He is Canadian. Let's see if Daniel can do anything. Currently running in P5, and that's not the way. Maybe. Oh, it's so deep out there, isn't it? But you want to get a good exit.
Yeah, that's very wide though, mate. I know he's trying to keep the speed up, but I think that is going to be it for qualifying. So let's bring you up the grid for race 1 here tonight. So we've got Olivier Boltonek is in first, Scott McFall in second, Lewis Archer in third, Chris Byram in fourth place, Daniel Thomas in fifth, Michael Lees in sixth, Danny Bleak in seventh, Sean Roberts 8th, Luke Mitchell 9th, Lee Southall 10th, Dude Castro Nevis is in 11th, Ivan Balkamp 12th, Jens Goosens 13th, Shane Dunn 14th, Dominic Herbert 15th, Scott Gibbons 16th, Ryan Empringham in 17th, Clayton Hinshaw in 18th place, Alfie McGarity 19th, and Nicholas Marshall down in 20th place. So there you go. That is the grid. Biggles, don't sit.
Yes, sir.
Don't sit on the fence. If you could pick one person who you think's going to win.
Here we go.
No, I don't want to hear it, because you do this every time we talk, and every time we're in the booth, you end up sitting on the fence, and you get splinters in your bottom. You know what I mean? And that's never good for anyone.
All right. Okay. This time around there, I think I'm going for the Scotsman. Mr. Scott.
Ooh.
Full.
Okay. Well, I think Chris Byram's due a win, so I'm going to be looking round about Chris's section, I think.
That's right. Yeah, of course. Favouring the fellow Englishman. Yep. You've been saying this for some time now, actually, haven't you? So.
I think Chris is going to be, he's got to be there or thereabouts, I think, tonight. Otherwise, if nobody can jump Olivier at the beginning, I think it's going to be Olivier. But stay tuned, guys. We are going to be up and running. And we are going to be green, green, green. And here we go. For lap 1, Olivier Boltonek has got an absolute flyer, as has Lewis Archer. Lewis is trying to go round the inside as they come up into turn 1 and 2. And this is Archer on the inside. Can his teammate there from GTR, Daniel Thomas, follow him through? Or will Chris Byram hold on to that first place as they go rushing up into 3? Around 4 we go. The fouls at the right hand out. Contact there already between Thomas and Byram. And that is going to be allowing Olivier Boltanek, who's dropped down all the order down into 3rd. Currently at this moment in time, there's not a lot of gap there and there's nobody made it into the wall currently at the moment. Few people off track this early on, but it's Lewis Archer leading us away, Biggles.
What a launch from Lewis. An absolutely amazing launch. He's on the outside there, just going into everybody. Couple of positions going there. Got past Olivier, who had bogged down big time at the start. When we get a chance, obviously, we'll have a look at the replay of that if we get a chance. Of course, so much action. Daniel and Scott managed to maintain that. He lost that P1 that he had there for a second because Lewis got it done. Wow, what an amazing start there from Lewis.
Absolutely. You see him and Scott McFall going side by side into turn 11 for lap 1 of this 14-lap sprint race here at Sonoma Raceway in the sunny Isles of the US of A, situated in California. Now let's see how this one materializes and why these guys are fighting it out. We'll have a look back at the green flag with Olivier Boltanek and see what happened here from our pole man. Oh,
Yeah,
he missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw the brakes and then the release. Actually, it was braking right when the green Barney was waving the flag, and that caused him to drop all the way back. He's starting to gain those places back now in P3, but and there's somebody going
I think that was Nicholas Marshall. It wasn't. It was actually his teammate, Sean Roberts. But Ivan Baukamp takes a little divert on the start as well. Ooh, that is the Sim District Vibe car, and I wouldn't put that past being Jens Goosens in the orange livery. It was Jens who basically him and Ivan come together. So that was basically the start. But at the moment, your man, Scott McFall, leading us away.
I think Nicholas Marshall might have had an incident, Tim, when we're looking at that replay. He just dropped all the way down the plump last now.
Yeah, he's been involved in an incident. I'm hoping this isn't with Shane Dunn, because it looks like it's possible.
Ooh, really slow through there. Is that because of the previous damage and there's contact? Doesn't look like damage
was
on
that
the car there,
Shane from the other Spud? It was Shane Dunn from Spud Motorsport, mate. There's a lot of people off track at the moment. Clayton Hinshaw's gone off. Oh, he's just gone round literally a little bit wide. Dudes Castro Neves, of course, the nephew of the one and only, is it IndyCar, the other Castro Neves? Yeah, IndyCar, isn't he? He was IndyCar.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
is he related?
Yeah, he's related, his nephew, I believe.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody's actually gone into that section on the fence yet. Yet, of course, we're lap 3 of 14. And, well, you know, the man that I picked to win this one is in the lead. So, you know, casting blessing from the Biggles.
Yeah, all right. Don't give me that. You see all your gainers and losers on the left-hand side. Alpha McGarity is your biggest gainer on 8th. Herbert in 6th. Gibbons in 6th as well. Southall up 3. Bleak up 2. My man Byram, who I picked for the victory, is down, unfortunately, 2 places. And then Olivier Boltanek, our pole man, who we saw just get absolutely bogged down, missed the start well and truly completely, and could have had the GTR Hyundai of Lewis Archer up behind him off the start. But fortunate enough, he managed to keep it out and currently is in 2nd place. So there is Lewis there trying to defend hard from the one and only Olivier.
Yeah, what if we get a replay too of Lewis's start, because that was amazing. He took completely. He had to go around the outside, of course, of Olivier, because Olivier was and that probably really did help him. Let's have a look at this. So not a lot of space. Look at this reaction times. He had to lift as well, and then he's just planted it on the inside. There would be Scott, but I think at this point Scott might be just a little bit behind. He is allowing space, you can obviously see. But then he's going to have the right-hand turn here, and they're going to be battling it, and then eventually does get ahead, and then Scotty gets him back a little bit later. Yeah. But that's going to be good, especially the fact that he could have easily be slammed in the back of that other car. So good reaction time for Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think he's got this blessing that basically he managed to miss. But Olivier has just cleared Lewis Archer. And this is how it happened here, guys. As you see these guys going round into turn 11. Oh, no, it's not. It's at the top
Last
end.
of the late breakers on that one. You see, he had to slam that brake pedal, and that car did stop, thankfully. He's on a charge for his teammate up the road there of Scotty, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if these guys are going to work together.
I don't think no team orders.
No
team orders there at all. They've got to be going for it. Scotty wants to win. I don't think he's going to make it too easy for his teammate, and it'll be keeping Nilton out there. I think a happy cap, a smile on your face, mate, seeing both of your teammates up on the top two at the moment, top two positions.
Yeah, we've got Dudes Castro Neves here and Michael Lees there having an absolute barnstorming battle as they come round. They're in 14th place. They've just gone up round turn 2 and is leading off round 3 and 4 there. So Dudes Castro Neves caught up in this battle with Michael Lees. Then we've got Jens Goossens. Alfie McGarrity is at the front of this pack. So there is Alfie there in the Spud Motorsport green car. He's going to be kind of feeling he's a little bit under the cosh here, is Alfie, isn't he? Because he's at the field, at the head of a field of about a 6-car train currently.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there was a car behind that. It looks like I might have a little bit of front fender damage, but I can't quite see. Yeah, but this is the pressure right now from Alfie just to try to get it on, and it's helping everybody else ahead of him.
Oh, there's Jens. Look at that, crawling right behind us. Jens is now pushing up at the inside currently, as you can see him there. Jens Goossen is going to get this position.
Oh, this car didn't stop behind. Completely missed a braking point. That's number 6.
That's Michael Lees.
49, shame.
No! Michael Lees is down. And that is Ryan Empringham, I believe. And that all started here. And I think it kicks off with our man, Dudes Castro Neves. We'll stay on board with him here.
Yeah, he doesn't hit the brakes. Yeah, look, there's no braking. It just goes straight on the brake now, but then bang.
Oh, that is Alfie McGarrity involved. And then it all just goes bonkers behind, as we saw Michael Lees there as well. That was just unfortunate from Dudes Castro Neves, as Michael Lees is back in the pits. But here is the resume of that battle with Shane Dunn from Spud Motorsport going round the outside of Alfie McGarrity. Alfie McGarrity not really defending hard, but he's now
letting his teammate through.
Yeah, he's got to defend from Dudes now, mate, because Castro Neves is going to absolutely go for him as these guys rushing around 8A, believe it or not, this corner is turn. And then we're going down to turn 9. He missed his braking point. It was miles. He looked like he was a good few feet further down the line. I was going to say
Look
miles.
At the helmet from Alfie for a second as well, too. That helmet looks amazing, so you just saw it inside the car to do that. Anyway, let's see if he's going to have a big smile on his face in a second as he's battling tooth and nail.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to keep an eye on this battle. And that's Dudes Castro Neves through. Dudes is up into 13th place currently. So let's see what here Alfie McGarrity can do as they go rushing up around turn 1. Up to the top of the hill. Blind right-hander of 2. Can McGarrity chase him down on the way down to 3 and 4? Lay over the grass we go. That's not going to make an effect anymore, as we know already with the latest iRacing patch. They have patched the tyre dipping, so anybody now taking the difference on the grass is not going to make the difference. There's that wall, look. Oof.
Yeah, and a few people have had suspensions from that. Of course, Scott's still leading this run away there from Olivier, and Scotty's the one with the highest I rating. But believe it or not, I was in a practice session with some buddies the other night, and there was a 9K iRacing Aussie that come in.
9K?
That was in the session. 9K. I was like, okay, and I checked it out, and he was racing the same leagues that Max Verstappen would be, so I put it that way. From the Top Guns.
Well, you know, that's nowhere near. That's my skill level, that is, mate. I don't know about yours. But then again, I race on a steering wheel. You race on a keyboard and mouse. So, you know, you need to get yourself a wheel.
I would use a Wii controller or something like that if I can't. You know, Scotty just bouncing that car around. There was a couple of the cars I did see. There is nursing damage. We've had 3 in the pit lane right now.
Oh,
and they're not going to get enough time to come out, I think.
No, I think this is going to be a flat race with 6 laps to go now between Scott McFall, Olivier Boltonek, and our Lewis Archer, the Englishman there. Absolutely trying to stay in the contact with these guys I think the easiest thing here from Lewis's point of view would be kind of to sit where he is, isn't he, really, and try and, you know, follow where they're braking and stuff, because
He's,
obviously
missing a wheel nut.
yeah,
I can see that.
he hasn't got one on, has he? There's no wheel cover there, unfortunately. But he's got to try.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try not to hit the wall.
yeah.
Is that the next word, the next line that was coming out of your mouth?
Yeah, don't do that. That's not good. As we see, Archer takes a different line through there. The guys in front tighten it up. Archer takes that little bit of a wider line through turn 1. So he obviously feels that that line works better for him than the tightening up in this Hyundai. Or maybe he just can't get what he needs out of the car going tighter, and you know
He's going to have the two teammates are going to definitely not make it easy for him to overtake as well.
No way. Oh, look at this. Alfie McGarity, Michael Lees, and Ivan Balkamp from Cuda Works having an absolutely freeway. Alfie McGarity getting overtaken there.
Mikey, he's got damage. You can see it on the front. Just a little bit of fender damage, unless that's just the way the livery looks, but...
No, he was involved in the incident earlier on, wasn't he, with Dudes Castro Neves. So it's possible.
It's okay. He's got some pace still. You can see.
Oh. What was that wheel? Did you see the wheel?
No, I saw him just going off to try to take the best racing line through there. I'm not sure what you just see.
Have a look. Watch the replay or watch it in chat, and look at his right front wheel. If he bounces off that, he comes over the curb. He bounces here on the wall. I don't know if you're looking. You can see the replay. Watch, and then the wheel almost folds in underneath him. Very bizarre. Very bizarre there. But there we go. Michael Lees is still managing to keep going. Danny Bleak, however, has got my pick, Chris Byram, right behind him for the battle for 5th and 6th place currently as well. These guys go hurtling past the wall, which we feel is going to be the wall of champions, because it's looking possible that, you know, we haven't seen anybody torpedo that wall yet, I've got to be honest. But it was where we said initially could be the most damage, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's earlier in the circuit, isn't it, when they really go on the off-track excursion.
Oh.
And there's the foot cam from Chris. Unfortunately, they don't simulate pushing those pedals in because he ain't pushing those pedals in at the moment. But you can't see him.
It's not going anywhere.
Controlling the wheel. Ooh, this is,
he's going to send it.
He's going to, yeah, but he's going to really compromise his exit speed now.
It's going to.
He does. Yeah.
I think the thing is with Chris, he's got to try anything now, hasn't he? He's got to move up, man. He's got 3 laps to go. He has to do it. You know what I mean?
He's dropped 2 places too from his starting position, so I'm sure he wants to get 1 back. Biggest gainer too is Dominic in P9, gained 6 places as well as Stewart behind them. So I guess avoiding that early incident has paid off dividends for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing with these is you've got to stay out of traffic. Byram looks... I'm surprised Byram's not further up. He looks so comfortable behind this wheel. We'll stay on board here as we can see just how close these guys are coming to what we have classed as the wall, because I think surprisingly nobody's ended up torpedoing it yet. But keeping an eye at the cars in front, you can see now Olivier Boltonek and Lewis Archer have come together. Scott McFall has opened up about half a second gap currently, so he is currently leading the way.
Yeah, but because I was just looking at Olivier. Olivier is getting closer and closer to him, and that's definitely bringing in Lewis Archer. So this could be very crucial for maybe team orders. If they feel that Scotty may be holding him up a little bit, then do they allow Olivier through and to try to defend off Lewis Archer? That's going to be the key. Or do they just work together as tangent, be the blocker, holding him out for another 2 laps? Yeah. Interesting call, but definitely Scott's dropped in pace a little bit.
Yeah, what would you do currently at the moment, though? Because obviously, you've got your teammate. You know, Olivier missed last week. Scott didn't. Scott's here. Scott's still in the championship hunt. If at the end of the day, he doesn't have to move over. Olivier's got to get past him on his own.
It's about covering off that P1, P2. I think, I don't think Scotty's going to really lift. And I mean, now we've only a couple laps to go, maybe before. But Scotty definitely must have made a little bit of a mistake there because he had a bit of a gap and they've rolled him in. But the important thing for them right now would be to cover off Lewis. And I think if they could do that, we've seen it before, haven't we, during the season, how two teammates can definitely work together in those corners where there's possible overtaking areas and just block the car, make them go all the way around the outside somewhere.
Yeah, we're in the last corner. We've got 2 laps remaining, guys. We are currently on lap 12 from this 14-lap sprint race here for the United Touring Championship. And currently we are with our leader, Scott McFall is currently leading and is trying his best to keep in
a different
front.
racing line there too.
And I think that's the thing. There's so many which seems to work for different people here because you know, Scott McFall, Olivier Boltonic, Lewis Archer around turn 1, all of them take different lines. So that they're obviously finding something that works for them, aren't they?
Absolutely. It's quite surprising. You do see that on some of the tracks. And here's our favorite wall of champions knockdown. Look at that. Oh, so Scotty, he could be definitely feeling the pressure here right now. Going to have the inside line, get a good exit. But then obviously Oliver's going to be sitting there going, well, you know, mate, I can't afford to also run into the back of you. So does he try for an overtake? The penultimate lap, you're on now.
If he's going to send it, mate, he's going to be coming down here. He's going to go round the right-hander of 10. So they're going to finish off this long run round 9. They're going to drop round 10. Either Scott McFall is looking to defend that inside line as he's coming up to the hairpin of 11. Because if he leaves the door open, he's going to get robbed. And I'm afraid Olivier Boltonet will be the burglar of the first place away from Scott McFall as these guys are entering in to the final lap of the race here tonight. And can Scott McFall take this victory from Olivier Boltonek and Lewis Archer? Olivier missed last week and is looking at coming back, sitting currently 3rd in the championship on 80 points. So this is all to play for. Scott McFall slightly further down the order. This is not going to do his championship run. Basically, it's not going to do it any harm because he needs to get points and he needs it hard. I would like to point out as well, 2 of these people in tonight's top 3 are the same ones in race 1. So Lewis Archer and Lee Scott McFall. This is it. This is going to be.
Yeah, this is it. Do you risk it for the biscuit here right now, the teammates? I don't know. Got to follow through the S's here. No double stacking through there. He's got to hold off the pressure. There's lap traffic, but I don't think they'll catch it before the end.
No.
So you'd imagine Scotty's got to have some big pressure, but whether they're in the same VC together or not, it should be able to hold it off. This is crucial, this corner here. Absolutely crucial. Heart rate will be through the roof. Keeps it out of the fence. And obviously, Lewis is probably just hoping they're going to just take each other out and mop it up. He's got it.
McFall did it. McFall went across the line in 1st place. Olivier Boltonek in 2nd. Lewis Archer comes across the line in 3rd. His teammate Daniel Thomas, in 4th. Danny Bleak held off Chris Byron for 6th there. Lee Southall coming across the line in 7th. Luke Mitchell 8th. Dominic Herbert is in 9th place. So here's Jens Goosen in 10th. Scott Gibbons in 11th. Shane Dunn, Dudes Castro Nevis. They're fighting down to the line at the moment. It's done. It is done. Is it still going to be done? Is Dunn going to get it done as he gets it done across the line? And how many Dunns can we get into one sentence alone? Shane Dunn got it done there. Dudes Castro Nevis in 12th. Ivan Belkamp 13th. Alfie McGarry is going to come across the line in 16th there. Michael Lees has just finished, disconnected unfortunately by the looks of it, as he all of a sudden just disappeared off my track map as we go across to Nicholas Marshall, who's going to be coming across the line in 17th place. Still up 3 on his grid start. Was unfortunate at the start, really, for Nicholas, wasn't he, unfortunately?
Yeah, he had that off-track excursion earlier on. But he'll have a chance of flipping this all around, of course, and reverse grid.
Exactly. So there we go, guys. That is the first race done as we go, here are the grid. The end results, sorry. Scott McFall in first, Olivier Boltnick second, Lewis Archer third, Daniel Thomas fourth, Danny Bleak fifth, Chris Byram sixth, Lee Southall seventh, Luke Mitchell eighth, Dominic Herbert ninth, Jens Goosen 10th, Scott Gibbons down in 11th, Shane Dunn 12th, Dudes Castro Nevis, been involved in a lot tonight, is in 13th, Ivan Baukamp in 14th, Alfie McGarity in 15th, Nicholas Marshall 16th, Michael Lees in 17th, Sean Roberts down in 18th place, Clayton Hinshaw in 19th, and Ryan Embringham down in 21st place. Well, that was an interesting one, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I got to step away for just a minute or so while we get ready for the next warm-up at the moment, anyway, before it. But, yeah, be back with you in a sec. If you need a sausage roll or something while I'm downstairs.
No, I'm all right. I don't know about you, but I'm all right. You get what you like, mate. Go for it. So there we can go. See, guys, as well. Unbelievable racing from them guys this evening so far. And let's see how that one works out as we go in to race 2. Stay tuned, because you are not going to want to miss this, okay? You're not going to want to miss this. And here is the current standings of the championship. Ballas Tarowski in first, Lewis Archer second, Olivier Boltnick third, Lee Southall fourth, Scott McFall fifth, Chris Byram sixth, Shane Dunn seventh, Dominic Herbert eighth, and Ivan Baukamp is in ninth. Nilton Carvalho still in 10th place there, buddy. So there we go. And currently in the Constructors' Championship, we've still got Nero Virtual top, GTR second, Sim District Vibe Esports third, Sim District by Vibe in fourth, Kuda Works is in 5th place. So there you go. So stay tuned, because this is going to be an absolutely incredible race here tonight. So yeah, gotta keep it in. Keep it in there, guys. Keep it tuned in, and see how we do here tonight. So yeah, much love for joining us. If you are here, don't forget to hit the subscribe, turn on the bells for all your notifications, and give yourselves a big old thumbs up here tonight for the UTC. Right. So we go into a brief little warm-up now, guys, as well, before we start race 2. So a quick 10-minute warm-up. And while my man Biggles is off to go get a drink, I will sit here and have a race. TB, good race. It was a good race, wasn't it? Absolutely barnstorming start. And I think you can guarantee that. And this is where we look at touring cars. And, you know, the series itself, if you are, you know, from the UK, you would know about the BTCC. And, you know, there's the others as well. Finland, I believe, as well, for an announcement I saw on Twitter, just entered into the TCR League. You've obviously got the German variation of this as well. And these cars aren't supposed to be like all, you know, pretty, yes sir, no sir, I'm going to let you go, sir. They're supposed to be a bit rough and rugged. They're supposed to be elbows out. There's supposed to be a little bit of door rubbing. You got to make the spaces. Yeah, you know, if you ceremoniously punt somebody off into the sand pit, they're so far out that they're making sandcastles on the beach, like, then yeah, you're going to have a bit of a problem with the stewards. But currently at the moment, you know, touch wood, nobody has really got any major issues going on. And I think at the end of the day, I think that is what TCR racing should be about. And anybody that's watched the BTC, you know, I've watched it. I was watching it back in the Mondeo Alpha 155 Laguna days, you know, and the racing there was just absolutely incredible. And I think that's what we're looking to achieve with this league. And I think, you know, it's a good shout for these guys at the UTC that they're looking at doing this, because most racing, as we know, can be full of protests. Most league racing anyway can be full of protests, can be deducting in this and deduction in that. You know, these guys here, if there's any issues, they get license points, you know, and at the end of the day, they've got to be careful on that situation, you know, because obviously there's been a few incidents with stewards, and license points are out. And at the end of the day, they've got to be careful, but not too careful where you're pussyfooting it around. And I think this gives it a different dimension, as we see Dudes Castro and Evers there just absolutely go flying off track. So, at the end of the day, it's all about, oh, he just missed a turn. He couldn't turn the car there, and away he goes. So, unfortunately for Dudes Castro and Evers, he is currently in the pits. But I think with a top full grid reverse, I think it's going to be exciting. Can Olivier come from, where he is? It's going to be second to last. So it's all going to be down to this man, Scott McFall, to see if he can get a last to first place. Because if he can, great. But it's going to be tough. And in front of him is going to be 20 other cars. And that on its own is scary when you think about that you're going to have 20 cars in front of you who are fighting for the victory that you want, because in the full reverse. Dudes Castro and Evers broke too hard. Yes, mate. It didn't really go well for you there. And you had a bit of a rough race one, mate, didn't you? Bit of an outbreaking going down into the last corner. And poor old Alfie McGarity had your somewhat flying Hyundai into the side. So there we go. I believe our man Biggles is back in the booth. Biggles, welcome back.
Yep, I am back. Apologies for that one.
That's all right, mate. You got to do what you got to do,
I had to actually go fire up the generator because the old electric has flicked out on.
Oh no.
So it's all good. Generator's got it all covered. Plenty of gasoline in it. Hopefully these cars have plenty of gasoline in them for the rest of this to warm up, and then for the race.
Yeah, we've got a 19-lap feature. So, Dudes is in chat, actually. Yeah. Dudes Castro Neves after an interesting race one, I think.
Braking too hard is, I think.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, going down into the last corner with poor old Alfie McGarity, I think you may have missed your braking point a little bit there, Dudes. I've got to be honest.
Do we have any replays still of that? Or we can't get that in the session?
No, it can't, because they changed sessions over, so it doesn't go that far back, unfortunately. Yeah. And even if we recorded it, it still wouldn't show up for this one. So that's the only problem on that one. But we've got Scott McFall.
But it's on the stream, and you can watch it back later, of course. And if you do like it, hit the thumbs up. We do appreciate that, of course, and a big supporting of United Touring Car Championship. Yeah. Also, check out all social media and everything. It's all there, all the information. Discord channel if you want to sign up to race for next season, perhaps, because this season's coming to a closure soon, as you'd mentioned. Yeah, very much so. We've only got 2 rounds remaining. Or, guys, if you want to head over to my Twitter at jparvit12 or www.jamesparvit.co.uk, if you're sitting there thinking, do you know what, I really like these guys, you can hit us up, and I'm sure me and Biggles can come and do some guest signing. I've got a couple of photos that I could sign for you if you, Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll cook you guys some kangaroo on the barbie if you like.
Yeah.
Buy me a meat pie and a sausage roll. That's all I need. Yeah,
dudes, you're at a racetrack where you're racing around and that, and you think, do you know what, James and Biggles would be amazing here. Get up to hit us up, dudes. We'll come over and we'll, give you some entertainment. I think that's only fair.
6-hour flight for me, mate, to get to California. It's a bit longer for you.
You'll be all right, mate. I don't mind. Don't forget though, mate. It's all paid, isn't it? You got, they'll send you the first class tickets, wouldn't they?
I thought they have a private jet, don't they?
Oh, mate. Well, Dudes probably flies everywhere on a private jet, bless him. But us poor people here, mate. If you want to get them to send us tickets and that, you just get them to send us up. You know what I mean? So, Dudes.
And then Dudes there, he just purchased a track yesterday. So I guess that's not enough of the experience just yet into the track, but that's hey.
Yeah.
Got to start somewhere.
Dudes he's in Brazil. All right, mate. Well, hit me up.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours away from you as well. So, yeah, I'm about 6 hours away from everywhere at the moment. It's great.
I'm a bit longer than that. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have to give me a bit of time for that because I'm a bit longer than 6 hours.
What part of Brazil are you from? And have you been to the Interlagos GP?
Oh, he's only gone twice on a private jet. Well, there you go. Yeah, I do follow Dudes on Twitter, so there's a lot going on your Twitter, Dudes, isn't there? You're quite active in that, isn't there?
Well, I know what I'm active at is predicting. You had to make me sit on the fence on that one, and I said, well, Scotty's going to win that race. Like, all right, Beagles, and to guess what? All my predictions always come true. But I'm not going to tell you about predicting this one yet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can hit me up and let me know who you think. Right, we're going to give you the next grid, guys, here tonight for race 2 this evening. So we're going to start off with Ryan Empringham, who's going to be on pole, Clayton Hinshaw second, Sean Roberts third, Michael Lees in fourth, Nicholas Marshall fifth, Alfie McGarity is currently in 6th place. Ivan Balcam in 7th, Dudes Castro Nervous 8th, Shane Dunn 9th, Scott Gibbons 10th, Jens Goosen 11th, and Dominic Herbert down in 12th. Then we've got Luke Mitchell 13th, Lee Southall 14th, Chris Byron 15th, Danny Bleak 16th, Daniel Thomas 17th, Lewis Archer 18th, Olivier Boltonek 19th, and your first race winner, Scott McFall, down in 20th place. That is going to be tough for Scott.
Yeah, but they are teammates side by side, so that's going to be interesting. If who gets ahead, once again, are they going to be wanting to be battling it out at the back there? So Ryan now becomes the front. He's got two of the American drivers in that home track next to them from Clayton and Sean.
Here we go. We are underway. The starting lights are off. And here we are going into the 19 lap feature race here from Sonoma. And currently Clayton Hinshaw has got the jump on pole at the moment in time as well. So Clayton Hinshaw leading us away. Daniel Thomas has been involved in an incident. We'll have a look back at that one shortly. But as you can see here, the cars are absolutely racing through with Clayton Hinshaw, Dominic Archer, Lewis Archer is making moves as well.
Oh, look at this contact there.
That's Olivier Boltonek. That's Olivier. And that's with Chris Byram.
Yeah, oh, and there's some more contact as well. Yes, exactly, Chris. I think Scott just got contact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Scott's down the order. He's down as well. He's up 3, but he's down in 17th place. And this is poor Alfie McGarity. He's getting absolutely swamped from the guys in front as we go on top with the JPB chopper here in California.
Dudes is around again. Dudes, there he is. Oh.
Stay where you are, Stay there, dudes. One more car. Right, off he goes. Dudes can go around now.
Hey, you're a spotter now as well as the car stuff.
Mate, track map.
So Sean's in to pit lane. So he's taking that drive through now that is required. Maybe just get out of the traffic, and there it is. That's. I think he actually got tapped from behind on that one.
I think he just hit the. I don't know if he got tapped from behind or he just hit the grass.
We had another bogged down starter as well. I think it was about the midfield when from the very start of the race. So I kind of just caught, and that kind of just bring that pack into a lot of action again of having to avoid. Check out somewhere around the middle here. I don't remember who it was because there's a lot of action.
Chris Byram.
Yeah, somebody
that's
up there, right there, see?
Yeah, I believe. Is that Alfie McGarity? It was. Alfie McGarity just didn't get off the ground, off the start, did he?
No, it's another one.
Daniel Thomas being pushed by Olivier Boltonek around then. Wow, there was a lot happening there, wasn't it? And this is where all this contact that we were talking about, wasn't it, here with Lee Southall? He's kind of just swamped. Oh, Lewis. Lewis. Oh, Alfie comes back on. Olivier goes round. Lee Southall gets stuck.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting on that one. If Lewis, because Lewis had a little bit more exit speed on that one, I think he just caught him off completely guard there, and his dudes, unfortunately, like having one of these moments.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about where Lewis Archer ended up down in 14th place. 14th.
It wasn't that incident before, Bob.
No, I'm trying to have a look through. He's here overtaking Olivier Boltonek. This was initially up for P. He's gone into the pits.
Pit lane, that's it. I was just wondering. I think, because it looked right towards the end of that replay that it looked like it was going in the pit lane area, which, of course, Dominic's gone in. Chris has gone in. Now,
but then again,
Sean Roberts has been in.
Lewis just has to go through. He's not stopping. So everybody's back out. He hasn't stopped, has he? No.
No. 110.
So Chris and Lewis here are on track. They can see each other. They have pitted right up until Sean Roberts has also pitted in 11th. So if Sean's pitted in 11th, Dominic Herbert, Lewis Archer, Chris Byron, and Daniel Thomas, kind of, this is where you want to be, isn't it? This is the man you're kind of chasing, because people in front of that have still got a pit. And currently, Clayton Hinshaw is still leading us off with Ryan Empringham. Ivan Baukamp behind him.
And it's a 35-second pit stop, so you see the gap. So anybody at the top there, so for example, Clayton comes in, well, he's going to come out around that 35 seconds, and that's what, P17. That's not enough time, of course.
No, he's going to be, he's going to be all the way down. But I'm just wondering, last time though, Biggles, we got this ceremoniously wrong, didn't we, on pit lane times?
Well, we were out just a little bit, yeah. So was it longer or shorter last time? It
was shorter, wasn't it? But we were out by about 8 seconds. When we've said, oh, okay, there was 35, and then they weren't actually 35.
Yeah, that's because it's just the telemetry that we're getting. It tells us that. So I guess we'll shave 5 seconds off that for this one as a guesstimate. We'll see. As Olivier is 2 for now, trying to make his way, but he has fought his way back up. 15 places up into P4. He might have got a little bit of damage when we saw that. Well, my man Scotty, he's gained 12 positions. He's in P8. Once again, they're still had to do their drive-throughs. But you know these guys like to do that very last minute as well.
Yeah, I don't know what, I do wonder.
Oh, somebody's off. Oh, that's a blown cut. That's a blown engine, isn't it? It's close. Can I keep it? That's going to be a fantastic save if he keeps it out of the fence there. Absolutely amazing. Lives to see another day. As well as he's got 3 cars going in the pit lane as well. They could have easily gone all pole-shaped of picking the wrong direction. What happened there? I want to see the car that went off.
That's Ryan Empringham. I don't see him actually going off track. So he must have just he's had a blown. And I'll try and pick him up. There he is. Oh. Look at this.
So that's a fantastic save, isn't it, from Olivia? Oh my God, that's amazing. And his heart must be through the roof. He was also thinking about maybe the pit lane entrance there. Because,
he did a stellar job saving that, didn't he, Olivier there?
Yeah.
As we're going on board with
that should
Olivier
be one of the it should be one of the top 10 highlights, I'd have to say, for iRacing this contact.
Shane Dunn, Sean Roberts. Believe that was Shane Dunn and Dominic Herbert.
It's still nobody's put it into that fence yet. I was so surprised. Yeah, guys out there, clip that one and submit it to the iRacing highlights reel for sure, because he deserves to be in the top 10 for that save.
Absolutely on that one there as well. But we've got Ryan Empringham, Scott McFall. Scott's just got up the inside. Lee Southall is behind him, but these guys still haven't pitted. Now, we are seeing pit lane times of 35 seconds in and around that, right? We can see that. Now, it's whether or not what we see is what actually is happening. For some reason, we do have this wonderful timing software that doesn't actually work out what we want correctly, but it does give us as much information as we can get off it, and unfortunately it's saying 35 seconds. Now, if we're going to be looking at that with Clayton Hinshaw, he's being chased down by Ivan Baukamp. Ivan's going to send it here, yep, sent it round turn 6.
Look at Oliver's just gone in and put a 17.8. These leaders are 19s, almost 20s, 120s. So he's just on a mission. He's caught everything. He's catching them 2 for now. Oliver is just blisteringly quick at the moment. The quickest man on track by about 2 seconds to everybody in that last lap.
Scott McFall last lap was a 1:19.3 as Olivier just goes past Clayton Hinshaw now. Can he go past Ivan Baukamp? To say Ivan was on a 1:19. Clayton's in.
Say, if he's doing 2 seconds a lap quicker than everybody else on track, no doubt that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, well, Clayton's in. We'll keep an eye on Clayton's time and see where he ends up. Currently, he's dropped down to 6th. We had him projected to be down in 16th. If we are right, that's where he should come out on this pit lane time.
You see it. He's coming out of the pit lane now. The 8th's coming around the corner, so no, it won't be dropping that much.
It's not. He's got another run. He's got another run. They go right. They go in the last corner. Come out. Yeah, go left. So he's dropped down, 35.27. So technically, that one, if Balkamp goes in, judging by the times from the leader, he should be coming out in 15th. But as me and you both know,
yeah, well, we shave 5 off that one. That would make sense
Yeah.
then. That's around that point. So let's say a 30. Let's say maybe a 28
yeah, maybe
second
because I
rather
think,
than 35.
yeah, I think that's the problem at the moment. Because at the end of the day, we've got this rush of cars in the middle here, and this is all starting up with Chris Byram. He's chasing down Shane Dunn. Jens Goosen's in that mix as well. So is Luke Mitchell. So is Dominic Herbert. So is Daniel Thomas, who's trying to come back after him and Olivier had contact. But that is Mr. Byram trying to make his move there past Jens Goosen. He's climbing all over the back of him as these guys go sweeping through the S's and then down into turn 9. A long left
Ryan's
hander.
gone in. So what if if Ryan's going to get out ahead of this, going to be key.
He's not. I don't think he is, you know, because where he's situated on that pit lane, he's still got to go left, which he's doing now.
And then they're all coming around. You can see on the track map that they all come
Yeah,
around the
if
corner.
you look in the back, there they all are.
Yep.
He might just get out in front of this gaggle.
It's going to be in traffic for sure. Look at this.
There's Lewis Archer's battle.
Yeah. He did get out just ahead, depending on who you're referring to. There's Lewis Archer there.
Yeah, he just got out in front. So it's going to be now. Olivier's just got past, currently past Ivan Balkamp.
Ivan, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. My teeth got all a bit mixed up there. As you see, Olivier just send it on the inside there. Going into turn 1, I believe. And then before they drop down the hill and up the other side for, no, that's 4. Going into 2.
That's Scotty behind. Look at that. So Scotty's managed to gain a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if Scott doesn't even think about this. Doesn't there, but he did. Scotty just got past him right there, I think, in the live pictures. So, yep, that's a 1 and 2 again for the team.
Oh, no, Ivan's come back again as they go racing around the last corner. Can Scott McFall be the only second man this season to go from last to first behind his partner, his teammate, Olivier Boltonek in
And I think
front.
Olivier's not going to allow that to happen because of this. This is really going to be frustrating, Scotty, because he's got to get past here. Because of that, Olivier's just cruising on down the road. I think elbows out at this point, but no, still can't make it work. There's got to be frustrating, Scotty, because going to be basically seeing potentially this race win go away, or they still have to drive to the pit lane, but at this pace that they're doing, still a lot quicker than everybody else. I think dudes has gone off somewhere on track.
Yeah,
I've check that one out in a little bit.
I just wanted to see what was going to happen here. I think dudes, unfortunately, this is going into turn 5.
No, but he clipped that wall there. He did actually. He might have been the first one that just tap it.
Yeah, dudes.
Didn't fully send into it. But
Dudes Castro Neves did tap that wall. I think Scott is going to send this, mate. He hasn't got a choice.
he has to.
He's got
the
to.
gap now. He's dropped about 3 seconds to his teammate.
Just go, Scott McFall. Send that car past Ivan Balkamp as they go round again on lap 9. Now Scott McFall has got to set going after Ivan here. But Olivier, they're doing 1:9. Olivier did a 1:19.2. Olivier's last lap 1:17.9.
17, yeah. He shaved 2 seconds off them on that lap alone without battling it out. This is where Scotty's got to get his head down. He's got to think about this. 2 back-to-back wins would be fantastic, but I think Olivier's going to be the one that's going to be denying it, and that might have been the very crucial part of this race right now that could have lost him. Just depends, because you know, as you said earlier, if Olivier gets up the road, he's just pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah. This is what I mean, and I think, from my point of view, for Scott McFall, he's got to make a choice now. He either goes in when Olivier does and just goes on the attack, or he lets Olivier go in and use that time to claw back some of the 3 seconds that he's clearly lost being behind Ivan Balkamp. And then there's no, you know, we're not being rude to Ivan here, but obviously when he's doing 1:19s and Scotty and Olivier can do the 1:17s, Scott's has got to clear him. There's no shadow out of a doubt. If he doesn't clear him, he's losing more and more time.
Yeah, I want to see that. It's crucial now to see what lap time will be here for Scotty.
Yeah, Scott needs a 1:17.
Lee's gone in behind. Yeah, I want to see that. Where they're gonna, you need a spotter right now. Just crunch those numbers, because you want to come back out not in traffic as well too. You can't afford to get held up, and will And Oliver obviously is thinking about that as well. See, when you come out in clean air, you can see just in the picture there. Got to come out in clean air. I want to see where Lee comes back out because he was running in P4.
Scott,
You can see the gap to Roberts. So Lee's there, dropped to 6th. I think he might be able to, might drop a couple more here. He's out now.
yeah, he's come out. Come out in front of Shane Dunn, Ryan Embringham.
7th.
Yeah, but
Right, so 4th to 7th, but there was a bit of a gap there.
yeah, if you look at the lap times from Scotty McFall and Olivier Boltonek, Olivier's been quicker all the time for the last 3 laps. Scott is now out at 3.7 seconds.
Oh, it's 2
He's got to
tenths.
close. Yeah.
Last one's at 18.2, 18.4, so that's not too bad. He's trying to minimise the damage, but Scotty needs to be going 17s.
Oh, yeah, without
Late
a shadow.
17s here.
Absolutely. As we can see, this is the battle with Ryan Empringham and Jens Goosens behind them. There is this epic battle of Chris Byram. He is going to be running down now behind Ryan Empringham in front of Luke Mitchell. Chris there, I thought this could have been Chris's night, mate. I thought he was deserving. It was his time. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was his time to get a victory.
You said that every week.
Yeah, I know. He sent it, didn't he? Sent it on Ryan Embringham there, and that was it. That is Chris Byram up into 10th place. I don't
know if you want to allow the door open on the inside there like that, isn't it? Because somebody's going to put a car in there, and
yeah, dude, you're going to get burgled if you leave your door open that much. I'll tell you that. You just can't afford to do it with this type of racing.
I knew. I was going to wait to see it. It was lap 12 before we had the burgle remark. I think he'd heard it in the first race anyway.
Hey, I was all right.
He's right.
Oh, no food remarks yet. I'm not quite that hungry. Daniel Thomas here is trying to make moves as well. He's just gone past Luke Mitchell, chasing down Ryan Embringham. Daniel Thomas must have been
the top 3 yet to box, but it's going to be interesting. I think for the teammates of Olivia and Scott, if they see where Ivan boxes and they know that Ivan's 3 seconds say down the road there from Scott, that'll give them an indication where they're going to come back out.
Somebody's in the wall. Somebody is in the wall, and it's Luke Mitchell. You literally just saw the flash of him. Look at that.
There's a tyre off too. And that tyre needs to retire because it's on the racing line.
Oh,
Can you actually hit that as well?
Yeah, you get, believe it or not, you actually get a 4X if that actually happens.
Well, I mean, if you hit the tyre with your car, you can. Keep an eye on Lewis Archer now. Putting a massive amount of pressure on Ivan. I think it looked like it.
Yeah, I want
looking at it wrong.
I want to have a look at Luke Mitchell.
Oh, it's Sean behind. Sorry, you got here.
On his cockpit here because he just went, look, there's nothing happening with his steering wheel.
Yeah, no, that's probably a disconnection, I'd say.
Yeah, because
he hasn't tried to correct it, and I don't think he's desperately wanting to end the race that bad.
No, mate, I don't think he wants to punt it into the wall that quickly. You know what I mean? Let's face it. There was no correction, nothing.
That reminds me of the time when I pulled my windscreen wipers off a car and to work on. I had the bonnet open and stuff, and I accidentally left it in, so I put it on my somewhere on the steering column or whatever, and it ended up jamming the steering column, and I couldn't turn it back, just like that.
Yeah, I ended up, when I last went to change my window wipers, I ended up accidentally cracking my window.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They're not easy to crack either, by the way, mate. Laminated.
No, do you know you lift the window wipers up, don't you? Are yours on hinges over in Panama? I suppose they are, aren't they?
Well, this was on a Volvo in Australia. Somebody's gone very deep. That's
Nicholas
a 13
Marsh,
car.
I think that is Sean Roberts. I would like to say Scott McFall is in and out. He's gone in.
I missed that.
Yeah, he's in the pits. He's gone out, and he's now about 4 seconds in front of
He's got clear air.
Archer. He's got clear air now. He's got to be looking at banging in the times. Can he get above the top 3? Now, he's only got a 20-second gap. Pit lane time is saying 34 seconds. Not going to hold my breath on that one. But why that is working itself out, we'll have a look at the Sean Roberts. Yeah, it goes down. Is he helped, though? That's the question.
This is a send.
Yeah. Oh.
There. Oh, he's not a happy camper. Look at his flashing his lights because he couldn't turn in. He's had to back off. That's what we saw before.
Yeah, that was Danny Bleak. Danny Bleak, unfortunately, had them come together with Sean Roberts. Sean couldn't turn the wheel, so still back down. Daniel Thomas and Ryan Empringham and Sean Roberts here, still having their battles. This is down in 10th, 11th, and 12th place. So we're in the middle with Thomas. Empringham is holding the position we want, and Sean Roberts is behind us, chasing us down. So
Dude's retired in the pit lane in the chat as well, saying he saw the replay and yeah, he got tapped. I thought he got tapped, actually.
Do you reckon he got tapped?
It looked like that to me.
Well, we're not talking about this one. No, this was him clipping the wall.
No, I think before that. He's had a couple of incidents after that.
Oh, okay, what this one? That's one of the CUDA works. Is that? Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that was Ivan. It was Ivan Balkamp. So Ivan Balkamp and Dudes Castro Neves come to contact there, as we can see these cars racing round now.
But he's hit the wall there.
Oh.
I've only seen somebody tap it.
Olivier's still going. Ivan.
He's in.
No.
Oh, no, I thought he's in. No.
Both still going.
I think he might wait till the very last lap. We'll see. His last lap time's 18, early 18s. Scotty, well, he was including the pit stop. 1:24. We'll see in a second.
I think that's going to be the thing here. That what can Scott get out of this? Current gap from him to the leaders, we can see on the left-hand side, is 21 seconds. Oh, Daniel Thomas! Woo! Tokyo Drift style. As we can see, Ryan Empringham and Shane Dunn from Spud Motorsport kind of blocking the track there, and not kind of allowing him through, but Daniel Thomas there, well, Tokyo drifting it around the corner there, Biggles.
There's some good saves there this evening. I don't think it's going to top Oliver's fantastic save that he did earlier that perhaps have saved him. And you got to give him credit. Like, he had to really fight. There's a bit of contact that he had earlier, and as well as having to get forced off track there to avoid slamming into the back of one of the other drivers. So, man, yeah, he can put him in the wars and he still finds a way of getting on a podium.
Olivier Boltneck, 118.2. Scott McFall, 118.5. Ivan Balkamp, 118.9. So that is
it's not going to cut it.
No, I don't think. As you can see, the heat haze of Sonoma Raceway there, with Daniel Thomas chasing down Shane Dunn. The story will be whether or not Scott McFall can take that position away from Olivier Boltneck and be the only man, second man this season to go from last to first. Dudes Castro Neves needed a bit more room, but ran just a bit wide by a couple of inches. Yeah, and then Ivan Balkamp come and joined you, I'm afraid, mate. So there we go. Dudes putting in chat. It was a racing incident. So
there's been a few of them today. Don't worry about that.
Oh, look at Daniel Thomas. Daniel Thomas is being squeezed out by Shane Dunn. He's looking at trying to take the inside. Shane correct to slide there.
I'm always nervous when I'm seeing him going through those S's.
Oh, mate, don't. This is going to be... Oof. He's got to pass, Daniel Thomas. He's got to pass. He's forced Shane Dunn off the inside line. Can he run side by side down the S's now? Balkamp's in the pits. This is going to be Scott McFall's chance. I would go past Ivan Balkamp if I was Scott and go for one more lap to try and open up that gap. He knows he's quicker. So here we go. Daniel Thomas is got past, currently past Shane Dunn. Shane now has got Dominic Herbert for company. Is he going to look at trying to come back up as well? Dominic's coming, looking at coming on the inside of Shane Dunn. So is Sean Roberts. Is he going to be getting, he's going to be losing to, not a third, surely. Oh, can Shane Dunn hold on to that 12th place currently as well? And I think this is kind of released Daniel Thomas now. He's gone, isn't he? He's quicker. He's off down the field.
Yep. And look at that pit stop as well. Has dropped Ivan back to P5. So Danny and Lewis have managed to gain those 2 places. So that was very, very interesting. We know that Ivan was, I think, about 8 seconds off. And here we go. The lead is in. But I don't think he's going to be able to clear Scotty. I mean, I think he will clear Scotty.
You reckon?
What I was looking for. Yeah, I do.
The cap was only 21.8.
Yeah, but I think it's about 18 or something like that, really, if we're kind of calculating it.
There goes
this comes
Olivia.
to the second part.
He's gone left. He's on that. Oh, yeah, he's going to get this, isn't he? The difference is what is going to be the gap. It's coming down 18, 17, 16, 15, 14.
Oh, he's got it easy peasy, I'd say.
He's done.
Yeah, because Scotty just crossed the start-finish line there. For the last lap, of course, that it is.
Yeah. Last lap of the race, Olivier Boltonek currently is in first place and leads by 5 seconds.
I figured he was going to come in the very last lap because the pace that he had
we said it was
just
going
not
to
enough for Scotty to do it.
No.
I would also like to see what happened to Scotty at the start because he had because Olivier just somehow managed to gain a few of those places there, but they were in the wars, and something must have cost Scotty, I think, a little bit of that time at the start because remember they both were side by side at the very back row. Wheel froze apparently out there from Fish, and that would explain that reason why the wheel just completely stuck to the right, did not want to turn left.
That was Luke Mitchell, wasn't it, who plummeted into the barrier. We see Olivier Boltonek. I'd like to just point out as well that this top 3 are in a different order from race 1. Lewis is still in third, Scott is in second, Olivier first. In the first race 1, Scott McFall was in first, Olivier Boltonek in second, and Lewis was third. So there we
maximum
go.
points for that team, mate. Absolutely maximum points. P1 and P2 both times around. But second man to do it, as you mentioned. Last to first challenge.
Yeah, Scott
and
McFall.
Scotty, of course, second last to first second challenge.
Yeah, he just missed out there. Danny Bleak comes across the line in fourth. Ivan Balkamp fifth. Southall sixth. Byram, no victory this week in seventh. Goosens eighth. Embringham has just jumped Daniel Thomas at the end. Ryan Embringham, well, it says he crashed, so I think we're going to have a look back and just see how this one ended.
Did he lose that place? Yeah, there's contact there. Oh, on the last, on practically one of the last corners. You don't want to. Then again, he's given it back. I think
he gave it back.
It's a my bad sportsmanship. Very nice to see that happening. Good job there, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Thomas did give the position back, so that's always good. Alfie McGarity will be the last man on track in 15th to finish.
Still love his helmet. Look at that.
Still smiling. Still smiling. Yeah. So there we go. Race is done there. And here's the results. Biggles.
What a jump towards the end there. What a way to go out in style. Oh, lovely. That's going to hurt. Anyway, here are your results. So Olivier got the job done there from Scotty. So they did it from the back row. Lewis Archer, what a fantastic comeback there. And gets that P3. Danny Bleak gets that P4. Ivan, after that very late pit stop there, has dropped 2 places there. But he gets that P5 there. Lee Southall goes to the P6 there. Chris Byron into P7. Jens Goosens gets the P8 there. Ryan Embringham, P9 there. Daniel Thomas. Dominic Herbert, 11. And then you got 12 for Shane Dunn. Sean Roberts at 13th. Clayton Insaw, P14. Alpha Megatri, P15. Luke Mitchell. And there's your retirements there. Of course, well, there was Luke Mitchell. Dudes, Mikhail Stewart and Nicholas Marshall will round out the pit lane towards the end of the feature race.
Absolutely. So we are expecting some guys in, but I can give you a brief update of the current championship standards. These are provisional. Please, obviously, don't rant and rave. But Olivia Boltonek is currently in first place. Lewis Archer second. Scott McFall in third. Ballastarowski fourth. Southall fifth. Byram sixth. Dunn seventh. Dominic Herbert eighth. Ivan Balkamp ninth. Danny Bleak 10th. Daniel Thomas 11th. Luke Mitchell 12th. Nilton Cavallio down in 13th now. Goosens 14th. Gibbons 15th. Embringham 16th. Cockerell Giannis in 17th, Alfie McGarity 18th, Nicholas Marshall 19th, and Sean Roberts rounds out your top 20. In the current championship Constructors Championship. This is obviously, again, a provisional. Nero Virtual Racing are on 199. GTR Evolution on 185. Sim District Vibe on 149. Sim District by Vibe is on 100. CUDA Works 97. Spud Motorsport 95. Sim District Vibe. Why has it done that twice?
Barney. Barney, what are you up to, Barney?
Don't know. Decided that he wants to get it wrong. So there we go. So that is currently some of the championship. We're going to wait to see if some of these guys are going to be jumping in and coming to have a chat. I'm just looking at my championship standings and trying to work out why all of a sudden there is two Sim District by Vibe teams.
I'm just reading the chat as well too, so we're wondering what happened to Mitchell. Yep, exactly, as Mitchell's good old Thrustmaster reliability had broke his car.
Right. As he works.
And that's Luke Mitchell there, and that's his Hyundai, so talk to the Hyundai about that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's a recall on that model.
Right, so we have got Olivier Boltonek and Scott McFall. Who would you like first, Mr. Biggles?
Well, we can bring them both in, but bring them both in and we'll chat, obviously, because they're teammates, and then we'll chat, I believe. We'll get them both in. Hello, gentlemen. And I think I'll chat to the man that I picked to win the first race, Mr. Scott. The Scotland from Mr. Scott, right? G'day, Scott.
How's it going,
Congratulations on that first race win. Couldn't quite get it down in a second, but hey, that's a P2. How was your race?
Yeah, happy with that. To be fair, I think as you'll find out soon enough, a couple of technical problems for my teammate over in the other car cost him at the start of that race. But it went in my favour. It allowed that wee bit of gap to run away and keep going. But with the higher temperatures, it was very hard to find the traction on it. Done well to hold the win. Second race was a good race as well, but much more drivable with the temperature difference.
And you had to hold off your teammate from that first one, and we'll speak to, obviously, Olivia in a second, and he's just bogged down, but you took advantage of that. You got the lead there, and you're battling it out. I think it was with Lewis Archer after getting that great. This is for the first race. And and you had to hold off your... Was there any team orders at all, or were you just going to sit there and just continue to, in the first race, just hold off your teammate as much as possible and get the race win?
To be fair, if it was there and it was making the move and it was going to count, then I would probably just have given it for the sake of just to follow in the draft at the start. I'd have been happy just to have been in the podium, to be honest, in general. But when it was kind of like we'll call it a half move, I thought, nah, he's not getting that one so easy. We'll have a wee battle for it and see how it goes.
I like that, because the main thing is that number one, don't take teammates out, of course. Because there was also Lewis Archer, I believe, was catching pretty rapidly you guys towards the end there. So I was, at that point, you have to be thinking, okay, would you get both cars home, P1, P2, or they're going to allow, obviously, maybe a quicker car through. Anyway, second race. I know both you guys started at the back. Can you explain what happened in your situation there?
For me at the start, it was just a case of just take it easy, see how the traffic unfolds in front. Obviously, expect a couple of incidents from time to time here. And I think it was the first lap of the second race where there was contact made. But the two of us just get caught out. I get put in the outside line. I think there was contact made for the inside onto Ollie. Ollie kind of gave me a wee nudge, I believe. I get pushed wide and just thought, stay off the throttle, bring it back onto the track nice and clean, and then just go for the back again, see where we can end up, as long as there's no any damage on the car. Because
I saw that, Olivia had gained a few more places on you on the first couple of laps of the feature race. But that's why I was wondering, because you must have... There was wars all there at the back, a couple of cars pointing in the wrong directions and stuff like that. So that probably cost you a few more places to... But you're boxing a little bit earlier than your teammate, and and you're putting in the good consistent laps, but just quite at the end wasn't quite enough, was it?
No, not enough to keep up with Ollie. Ollie's got really good pace, spent a lot of time in the TCR, so it's always good to be thereabouts near him at least.
It was fantastic, of course. It couldn't get any better for the team. I mean, your teammate was in the chat earlier, obviously, celebrating his daughter's birthday, and he was big thumbs up for you guys there to bring the cars home, and you did in both races, 1 and 2. It's all you can ask for the team, and all you can ask in for him to celebrate his holiday, of course, out there in Portugal. I believe the Portuguese, Nilton is your teammate.
Yeah, Nilton's off on holiday for a couple of weeks, so
Should be super happy at the moment, that's for sure. What a way to celebrate a birthday present, at least to his daughter, for you guys coming on the top step both times. So, James, if you have any questions as well, we do have Olivier in here.
Yep.
Olivier, sorry, I call you Oliver, Ollie, Olivier, Ollie, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're quick behind the wheel, mate. So, how was your first race? What happened? You bogged down. What was the case there?
Well, the first race, I shifted to first, and the shifter didn't work, so I had to pull it 4 times till it went to first. But then the start already happened, and I was a bit frustrated, but I was happy to actually come back to P2.
Well, I thought if anybody can come back in races, I mean, you can be throwing the bus every single time at you, and you just manage to fight your way. You get the ticket, and then send it. And also, there was so much action because there was a bit of contact there, and more in the second race. But in that one, after you bogged down, you started to definitely fight your way back up through the field. And
I tried it.
And I can't remember what it was. Was it the first race, or was it this feature race where you did the save of all saves, which hopefully somebody clipped, where
second.
you saw that's a slow-moving car, and then the second, and then you just drifted right on the grass, right on the dirt, just so close, inches to the fence, keeping us all. And I'm sure your heart was through the roof. And then bang, you got it back on there. And once again, I hope somebody clips that and puts that in the iRacing highlights. Wasn't that amazing, mate? How were you feeling on that save?
It was a brown moment. I had to pull the handbrake to manage the corner.
Oh wow, that's proper drifting, exactly.
So otherwise, I would have straight into the tires for sure. It should have.
That was scary. I think there was a little clip. If I was a little contact.
Yeah, I had a contact. I think it was Brian, but it was for sure not his mistake. He was punted off, and he was still spinning. So I had to choose a side.
Yeah,
But-
it's like a NASCAR moment at that point, isn't it? Or an oval race when you go left to right. Just close your eyes and pray.
Indeed, and I was lucky to keep it out of the fence. To be honest.
You did amazing,
once again,
mate. Absolutely
That's
stunning.
a clip.
Yeah,
That's a clip. For sure.
definitely. So well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining us into the booth. We've got Lewis Archer waiting for us patiently, and I believe we're going to have a chat with Dudes Castro Nevis, who's had somewhat of a bit of a rough night as old dudes. But guys, you take care, and we'll see you next time in Donington Park.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
thanks very much, guys. Have a good one.
All right, so there we go. Let's bring in third place man now, Lewis Archer, third in race 1, third in race 2, and he's joined us in the booth. Lewis, how are you?
That was the best I could manage there, guys. I really, really tried. I mean, I always do, but the Maldives are so quick.
Yeah, they were just on a different level today, weren't they? They were, you know what I mean, between Scott and Olivier. You close in race 1, though. Did you think they might take each other out? Because I certainly did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I had left. You know, I was sat behind them, and all the time they were lying astern, I was just managing to hang on by looking at what they were doing and just trying to match it and work out where my car was strong. And then I was like, at some point, they'll have to deal with this because Olivier's a little bit faster than Scott. I could see that. And they had a couple of moments, and because they never actually really tangled and never really got a good moment to go. And then the second race, I tried to do the early cut. And, you know, I don't even see them at all in that race. I saw Scott something like 4 seconds off. So they must have had a storm. I looked up and they was in the 17s and I'm like, but good race. Really, really good race.
There was about 3 or 4 of you in the 117s for qualifying anyway. So we expected you guys to come together at some point on the racetrack. I didn't think it would be right at the start of race 1 where Olivier's steering wheel didn't shift up. We've looked it on board from your point of view. Now, for me, I'd have had to go and change my undies. It was a close one, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was close because you went to the right and there wasn't much room between that car and the wall, right, Lewis?
He just didn't move. I thought genuinely, I thought it obviously everything's going really slow motion in that first you're so pumping with adrenaline at the most of the evening, right at that moment there. And I saw Scott Paul, and I looked, and I was like, he's not going, he's not. And obviously, the longer these tenths are rolling past, you're going, what's he doing? And you go to the right, and I was like, wow, really, really, really bad start. He lost like 6 places, didn't he?
Yeah, he went down.
Olivia. Yeah, Olivia. Yeah.
Yeah, his shifter didn't shift on his.
Code Brown moment for you as well. There. But you did, it was fantastic. The outside, it worked, and then you were bang straight up into the lead of the race.
Yeah, and I knew instantly that I didn't have the car for that. I come around the first 2 corners. I thought, if I actually win this little scrap with Scott here, I'm going to be an Audi sandwich in about 2 laps. And there you go, you saw it.
But you gave it a good old go, mate, didn't you? That's all that matters.
And in the feature race as well, you were really pulling on Ivan. I think I think that was the crucial moment when Ivan was running in P3. You just kept putting in those great banker laps, catching. Course, you'd already made your in and out pit stop, and those top 3 obviously hadn't. But I think, did you think you had Ivan there that once he boxed, you got that 3rd place podium?
Well, yeah, a lot less thought than that. We were I had the help of my teammate this week, my usual teammate, and we qualified real close in the race, and Chris just managed to get him right in the last few seconds of the qualifying session. So I said to Daniel, come on, mate, you need to get up next to me in that first 2 corners. And bang, I went up 2 and he went up 2. He got that position back, and then I lost the 2 Audis, and then we finished 3rd and 4th. So we start the reverse race, and I'm like, we need to we're already talking team battle. And I'm like, regardless of what happens, we just go straight in the pits and we just try to bypass as much of this fighting as we can, because it's a long pit lane. Yeah. So I was like, we're gonna come out so far behind everybody else with a nice clean track, and just avoid however many people. But then obviously he was on the radio talking to me as these cars started filtering back out from their pit. They filtered out in between me and him, and he had a bit of a harder race than I did. So.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a tough incident at the beginning. I'm just showing it now. It was Olivier who actually spun him round off the start.
Oh, okay.
So it was Olivier that spun poor Daniel Thomas round at the start of the feature. It will be on the stream shortly, so you will be able to have a look. But yeah, that's it's a bit of a tough one when you guys are sort of, planning all of these things and it doesn't quite work out and stuff like that. Does it get frustrating though? Do you find yourself thinking, we needed this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that I really felt the uniqueness of the track tonight. I mean, there was a few people talking about not the best car track combination, but I think genuinely, as far as race is concerned, that felt like one of the better ones. And the radio chat, I'm not sure if you guys hear that, but
no.
The genuine radio chat that was coming over the radio after the first race, there was a few people that were really stoked about the race they'd had, and I heard a lot of people were positive and no arguing, and I thought, yeah, nice. This is sounding like a decent night for many people. Just
I don't do the radio chat, mate, because it'll end up being all the time.
Yeah, there will be a lot of it. You just see the filter for Daniel being
almost took the teammate out.
Almost just missed it. But there you go, mate. So well done. Congratulations on your 2 third places, and we'll see you next time out in Donington Park.
Thank you very much for your work, guys.
No worries, mate. Take care. Right, we've got the last one in the booth. Is the Dudes Castro Nevis has jumped in for a chat. Dudes, how are you? You are live. Please don't swear.
I got you.
Dudes.
Yeah. You've been waiting, mate. You said I didn't know finishing last this time around, but you tell us how your experience was.
This felt almost exactly like a NASCAR race. I ran a race at Road America. The brakes would fail at sometimes, and sometimes you'd even have to brake earlier. So that's what I had, or I didn't know how to do that on that U-turn. Luckily, the guy held it, but
I think you got a just launch here watching the replay, if I'm not mistaken. That was a fantastic launch, taking it to the very left-hand side there and just skipping everybody. That was the launch of a century, I have to say, mate. Considering I believe you mentioned you only just purchased this track yesterday?
Yep.
Oh, look at that launch. We're just looking at the replay right now. That was brilliant, mate.
Yeah, you had a really good start.
Kind of went pole-shaped after that, right?
I mean, after that, I tried to give him position back. I saw that he held it a bit, and then I had the stream on my right-hand side. I looked at it, and I see people behind just completely. I don't want to say pile up, but they. Oh, you guys are looking at the start.
Yeah, that was your start on
the
race
start was
on
good.
feature 2, mate. Yeah, the race 1 was a bit tough, but you made it through and everything was fine. You know, if you've only purchased the track yesterday, it's a tough one anyway. But we go on to Donington Park next week. We've got the the full course Donny next week, round 9 and 10. Have you got that track, and are you going to be out practicing that track?
I've had that track for about a month or so now, or 2 months now, but it's a track that has history from it on my side, but definitely gonna race it. Finally gonna have enough practice. I was actually out part of the week, but Donington is a track I want to nail. The only thing I'm having a mistake at the moment is the last corner, which is completely blind.
Yeah.
And after that, I think we can get a top 10, hopefully.
I
thought we'd get a top 5. But
let me give you a hint on that last corner, mate. Brake about 5 meters before the curb on the right-hand side and turn in as you brake. You probably should about hit the apex. There you go. James Parfitt's technical track knowledge.
Ooh,
been there loads of times. So,
he's a spotter and an engineer now.
Mate, I tried. Just, brake on the right-hand side just before the, about 5 meters before the curb. Shift down, let it roll, and turn in just as you hit the curb, and you should make that apex cleanly. And
you know what feels good, dudes? Playing the national anthem of the United States of America in a classic British track. That's the best way to add injury to insult to all the people from the United Kingdom.
Hey.
They love it, doesn't it, when American comes in and dominates British motorsports? But anyway.
I'm 50-50-ish. And over here, where I live, there's actually an international touring car championship, which goes in Argentina, it goes to Brazil, it goes to all over. And then you got, obviously, I know the US has, what do you call it? The Mission Pilot Challenge, but that's not really TCR. There are TCRs, but it's multi-class. But I watched a bit of Knock Hill with Lewis the other day, and that's some fun racing.
Well, there's two countries in the world, mate, that have just full of motorsport, isn't it? The United States of America and the United Kingdom. Of course, just tracks everywhere, racing everywhere, the series everywhere, but absolutely brilliant. And Australia as well, too, but just a little bit smaller population, a little bit further to travel. But dudes, thank you very much for chatting in the chat there as well. And you'll only get better, of course, especially as a relatively new track to you. But spirit's there, love it, and that's what it's all about. I think, was it dudes that went crazy across the? Did you do the jump at the end? Can't remember.
No, that wasn't me. That was me. I was out. Okay. My car was
done.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, there we go, guys. That rounds it out for another evening of racing here from the UTC. 2 seconds while I switch over to the camera screen again for the final stage of tonight's race. Right, there we go. I am back on camera and my lovely faces there for you to look at. Woo! So, guys, that is it from us this week here from JPB. I've been James Parfitt. He's been Dean Biggles. And we will see you next time on the when did I say? On the 20th. So all that's left for me to say, guys, is you'll take care. Have a great week. And you never know, I might see you on the track sometime. Good night.